before I get to gardening, I wanted to talk about weigh-in Wednesdays. Welcome to my channel, Wake Up Bright, where I share all the things that help me live each day a little brighter. I am April Lauren. I am on a journey to lose 200 pounds. I'm about halfway there, and I am ready to share my day with you. My late summer / August reset routine kind of developed throughout the month. So about a week into August, I went to a class. This was a fall gardening class. It was creating your fall garden. Super amazing resource that they have here locally. They gave us a lot of transplants, and then they taught us how to move them to an in-the-ground garden, in a container, or in a raised bed, and how to do so much. It was such a good class, and they gave us all of these plants. I have lettuce, romaine lettuce, butter lettuce, I have cabbage, I have some kale. I have so many awesome plants from there. And then I also picked up at the nursery, you guys saw a couple vlogs ago, some more transplants.
All around yet somehow blind. Oh, it's so hard to see sometimes, like a rocket lost in the space debris, like a million waves in the ocean deep. I
have been starting every morning just spending time with my plants and my pups, enjoying the sunrise, and I make breakfast for my husband every day, depending on how long it takes him to get back from PT. Sometimes he eats at the house and sometimes he doesn't. I don't typically like to eat super early. I like to move a little bit first, so the pups and I usually go for a walk.
Am I still on your shelter? Heads light yellow, the cover. Some people thumb through, most walk by. I must be hard to read sometimes, like a rocket lost in the space debris, like a million waves in the.
We're still working on our training, and Julio really didn't need leash training. He knows how to heel. He's a little stubborn sometimes, but Kipper is the one who's been a little bit more aggressive, and the training has really been helping her. However, I've noticed that if I walk her without treats, she'll listen a few times and then she's resistant to it. Whereas before, unless she's like engaged in bad behavior, she always listens. And I never had treats, but now that we've been rewarding that behavior that way, she expects it. Before, just a little cheering would always like have her jazzed. Need to move her to play for reward. Quickly. Walked in from walking the pups. I am a little gross. We didn't even walk that far. We walked about 1.5 miles, and I am so sweaty, and that's why I didn't wear my work clothes. So I need to quickly get ready to go teach. I teach 2 classes today, and then I've got so many errands to run. It's all like little things. So hopefully I'll be able to get it all done, and but I've got to get ready first. So I'm gonna go get ready, and I'll see y'all in a second. Another reason I like to eat a little bit later is I like to take my vitamins, and I take a fiber supplement when I eat breakfast, but I take medicine earlier, and the vitamins and things, I don't take those at the same time. I usually like a couple hours in between, and so yeah, and that is what I did this morning, and the result was a little bit embarrassing. I'm just gonna take my vitamins. So I haven't done a sponsored video in a long time, and this video is sponsored by Bellway. You can see the supplement there, and I was taking my vitamins first because that's what I do. I take my fiber supplement with my vitamins, drink the water, and it just out my nose, burns so bad. Today's sponsor is Bellway. Bellway has a fiber supplement that is super awesome. I love that it's in capsules, and it was designed to promote gut health. So I really enjoy the fiber supplements. It definitely keeps me regular, and Bellway capsules are super easy to swallow. I have a very intense gag reflex. Like it's pretty bad. And vitamins are typically very hard for me to take, and anything else, especially if it has a taste or a smell, and they're very easy for me to swallow. If you do get them, let me know. I want to know how they work for you, and I really enjoy them. I also have some super fiber plus collagen. I enjoy taking collagen, and I'll put this in like different shakes and things. So I really enjoy it, and I definitely recommend the capsules. It's a lot easier way, I think, for me to consistently, I don't have like a shake every day. I don't always make protein shakes, but I do take my vitamins every day, and I just include this when taking my vitamins. So that is my routine. Get them on Amazon for $27. I'm gonna post a link down in my description, and that link also gives you 10% off. So if you click a link in my description, you'll get 10% off of your Bellway purchase. After breakfast and I took my vitamins, I did do some reading and some scripture study and journaling, and I have been enjoying doing that in the morning. I always try to make a to-do list in the morning as well. Mondays and Tuesdays are my favorite because I teach yoga in the mornings.
Concentrate on breathing and let your thoughts fall like water to the floor.
I had a little bit of time in between my first and second class, and I love doing just quick little flows in between or before I start. And then I usually practice with the class. The type of studio that I'm practicing at, it's more helpful.
When the dark recoils and the morning invites us in, crawling and unfurling, let the sunlight soak through our skin, wash away the night that has been.
Then I have been climbing. We now have 4 ladies. There's 4 of us that climb pretty regularly, and I am so blessed. It's such a fun thing to climb and to experience that with new friends. I taught and I climbed, and now it's time to get on those errands. I want to put my pepper plants in pots, and I just kept walking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I found that this soil, which is about $5 cheaper. I know this is repeat footage, but are you familiar with soil? If you're a gardener, I would like for you to tell me about your soil. And if you know anything about this soil I got, let me know in the comments below. So I just got back from running errands. My day turned upside down a little bit. So I got stopped at the gate. I went through a different gate. I usually go through the really big gate, and I went through a side one, and I got stopped. It's the first time I've ever been stopped. It's pretty common. Like when you go through any of the gates, they stop every certain number of cars. And then they do a sweep to make sure, you know, all the things are in order. And so it didn't even take that long. The guy that did it was super nice. He was quick, and I was out of there, but it was like 15, 20 minutes that I wasn't expecting to spend doing that. And then when I got to the UPS store on base, they didn't have my package. So I decided that I am not gonna have that box anymore. And I went ahead on the way back and stopped by a post office, and I got a P.O. box. So it's pretty cool because P.O. boxes now have street addresses. And if I would have known that in the beginning, I think I would have just went with the P.O. box anyway, because they're significantly less expensive than the UPS store boxes. However, I mean, there's really not a however there. I'm glad to have it set up and to not have to worry about it. And also, I don't have to go on base in order to check my box, which is good. Before I get to gardening, which we're gonna spend a little bit of time doing today, I wanted to talk about weigh-in Wednesdays. I have gotten quite a few comments recently about weigh-in Wednesdays, and I really thought I was gonna start September off doing them, and then all of a sudden I'm like, September is this week. September happens this week. What are you doing? And then I felt very overwhelmed, and then I started thinking about a lot of other things, which made me very sad. And I have felt so much peace and so much happiness this month. And then all of a sudden I confronted myself with reality. And I think having this reset, if I wouldn't have taken this time that I needed to get rid of and stop the negativity that I was allowing to have so much power over me, then I think it would have ended badly for me. And I love the confidence I have in knowing what I need and doing it and sharing it. I know not everybody agrees that when you're moving, maybe pause and don't expect to have a loss on the scale. And when you feel yourself kind of spiraling, take a moment, take a breath, reset. Recenter is probably a better word than reset, but recenter until you can go forward confidently. And I don't think I needed all of August to go forward confidently. I think probably mid-month, I was probably in a better headspace, and instead of being like, okay, let's get back into it, I just kind of hit a block where I'm like, but I feel really nice here. And I was thinking about that today, and I'm like, that is why weigh-in Wednesdays are really good for you, because even when you don't feel like it, when you're still sharing, it forces you to confront yourself when you're not moving forward with your weight. And right now I feel very happy with myself. I don't look at myself and think like, oh, you look so good. Like you're basically a model, not even a plus size model. None of the models. Like I see my rolls and my fat. But when I look at myself, I am happy. I'm not overly critical. I accept myself right now as I am. However, I also accept that this is not where I want to be. And I don't want to be at this weight for health reasons. I don't even know when I reach 152 pounds that I'm going to be happy at 152 pounds. Not because I'm not going to be happy with my weight, but because I'm 5'1.5", 5'2". And as I continue to get older, like it's going to be harder to lose weight. As you get older, it's harder to lose weight. It's harder to keep your muscle. It's harder to build muscle. It's harder to do all the things. And the more weight that I carry, I'm shortening my life. I am shortening my life. And I want to have children, and then I want to raise my children. And I want to live a long, healthy life. And if something else happens and I don't get to live a long life or even a long, healthy life, I don't want it to be because of something I could have controlled. And my weight is something that I can control. This is probably the first time in my life that I've looked at myself and accepted where I'm at, like in the way that I do. Like I comfortably could live as I am right now, except for the reality that I am not a healthy weight. But I was so immobile and so much imprisoned by my body that I just feel free now. And kind of gotten off onto a point I didn't even know. Like I know I do this a lot, but it's just good to talk through things, and sometimes I should stop. I should stop myself or edit it out. But that happens, but not nearly as much as it should. And going back to the point, weigh-in Wednesdays help me continue forward because it makes me focus on my goals. I know I've shared with you I have ADD, and it is not a light case of it. I'm pretty, if there's like a spectrum of ADD, I'm like I'm like at the top. Like I'm in a high percentile. And part of that is it is so easy for me to be distracted and for me to not focus. And the thing I like about Weigh-In Wednesday is it's a routine. It's become a routine and it makes me focus every week. And so even with doing it, I still move slowly, but at least I'm moving. And as I go forward, I want to move a lot faster. And I really am buckling down. So all this to say, I haven't decided how. I don't know if I'm gonna share monthly weigh-ins, bi-weekly, or weekly. My default, I wanna just go back to weekly, and then I just start this whole cycle. And I need this cycle not to last much longer, or it's gonna be freaking 2023, and I'm gonna be like, meh. I'm still in the same spot, and that cannot happen. I cannot stay here. April, you cannot stay here. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to move forward. Time continues to march forward, whether we want it to or not. Even if we're having peaceful times, and we feel good where we are, time's gonna keep going. And if you don't make progress, you're gonna be behind. And that's how I feel right now. I feel like I took time that I needed, and I did progress mentally, and there's so many things I feel better about and stronger about, things that I've dealt with that I will not talk about online. But at the same time, I've lost time that I could have been working to pursue the most important things to me. So let me know in the comments down below, what I'm asking you. Let me know in the comments down below just what you think. What you think about Weigh-In Wednesdays. I know a lot of you love it. I didn't realize so many of you felt so strongly about it. And I think it was just because of the negative headspace I was in. And I don't even know, it's that headspace. I get like 2% negativity. And maybe it's more than that now. I feel like it's grown. So let's say I get 5% negativity. That's 95% positive. Why is it so easy to focus on the negative? And I couldn't even look at myself when I got back from Utah. I was angry. I was angry that I was trying so hard to get to 100 pounds down, and I made bad choices by over restricting. And then when I was in Utah, I didn't swing hard into like this extreme binging. I just ate out some, and my weight fluctuated. And when I got back, I've let it continue to fluctuate. It goes down and it pops back up, and it goes down. So basically I'm just stagnant. It's the same range that I've just stayed in, and I need to push forward and getting back to facing myself every week and reminding myself of my goals every week is valuable. And then at the same time, it's also valuable to do what I was doing monthly. I don't like doing both. Doing both, everything else aside, had started to overwhelm me because I feel like time is just moving so fast. And maybe if I'm moving faster, that won't feel that way. Maybe if my weight loss is moving faster, it won't feel so overwhelming to look at things on a monthly basis. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop babbling because this has been a long one, a long babble. Probably should just be its own video. If I do this again, that's what's gonna happen. But we are gonna put some things in some fabric pots. So I ordered these little fabric containers off of Amazon, and I'm gonna see if I can manipulate them a little bit, because I think I might have to sew some of them down
they're just really deep, and soil is very expensive. Like potting soil is very expensive. So I want to see if I can make them smaller for the things that don't need that much like deep soil, and we'll go from there. So let's get to that. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you for your love and encouragement. Always. I'm so grateful for you. So grateful for you. And it's been a lot. I went the other day and was looking at some of my videos in the past. I was looking for something specific because I've been working on my 2-year video and I couldn't find what I was looking for, but I was watching myself and I'm like, dang, you can ramble a lot. And the sad thing is I don't just talk in circles, I live in circles, and I need to press forward better. So let's garden. Let's garden.
6 inches apart from the lettuce nearby. I'm digging a hole, and then I'm going to drop my transplant in right up to the soil level that exists already on the transplant. Then backfill. Just scoot some of the soil back around like that. At this point, you can compress the soil.
I will be linking this video that I listened to down below, and also welcome any tips or tricks that you guys have. My plants are doing really well so far, and I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that. And I didn't say this earlier, but I had already put some plants in these containers and they're doing well, but it was better soil I was using, and I didn't do a lot of them. So I did quite a bit, and then I didn't do nearly the transplants I had intended to do, because after listening to that video and then spacing everything out, I was like, what was I thinking with my planning? So I managed to plant just a little bit today, and tomorrow we're gonna do some more. I thought I had a different plan, and then when I double checked my plan, I did not do it very smartly. I didn't do it very smartly. So I had to adjust the plan, and now I just wanna kinda go over everything again and make sure I'm not gonna mess up my crops. And I watched a different YouTuber, and this YouTuber suggested the spray stuff that helps them transplant, so I kind of want to get that and see. Anyhow, 3 little plants have made it into their final resting place until, you know, pull them and eat them. I cannot wait to find out the results of the soil test. That's what I'm waiting for to do my garden video, because at that point I will know if I'm gonna like take out some of the grass and put in a garden in our yard, or if I'm just gonna stick with containers. And I'm also going, we have some things that are up in the air that will also play into which one we do, and it is getting later in the season, but I also could prepare to do no-till methods if it worked. There's so many things that are up in the air. I am so happy. It is so fun to see the plants come to life. They grow so much. And then there's been a couple times I've thought maybe I killed everything, and I didn't. And that's awesome to see too, that like a plant can wither and look really bad, and then with proper care and nurture, like it comes back. It's really fun to see.
Oh yeah, be a little Miss Chippy.
I love, like, that's kind of a good metaphor for taking a reset. Like, I was definitely not in a good place, and I think I found a lot of strength in August. I definitely gave up time for it, but I'm grateful and I'm ready to go forward. And thank you so much for encouraging, supporting, and watching my journey. I'm so grateful for you, and I cannot wait to see you next time.